What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. K-State grad, turned contractor, turned real estate agent and investor. First off, thank you so much for checking out our channel. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content, and go ahead and give us that like because it helps us grow the channel. So again, let's go ahead and jump right into it. You clicked on this video because you want to check out Manhattan Airport. Well, that's perfect because here is everything that you need to know about Manhattan Airport. Number one on our list, probably the most important, what airlines fly out of Manhattan? Great question. Is it Southwest? Is it United? Is it American? Which one is it? So here's the thing. I don't know all the logistics and everything about how airlines work and all those things, but what I can tell you is what flies in and out of Manhattan for commercial pilots or commercial airlines is American Airlines. It is a little bit smaller of a plane, not like one that you see in the movies where it's a 5-seater and you're barely kind of making it that way. No, it's not one of those, I promise you that. But American Airlines flies out of here commercially. It's a good airline. It's a great location for this piece of it. And later on in the video, I'll kind of show you or tell you where they're going as far as that goes. The other side of that is that you have the opportunity, if you have a private plane, you can fly into Manhattan. There are hangars that you can rent. There is a K-State flying club here that you can actually go in and do some flight lessons and things that way. So if you're interested in getting your pilot's license, that opportunity does exist here in the Manhattan area. It is actually a really great little airport. There's been all kinds of upgrades and things that way. They're talking about extending the runway so we can get some bigger airlines and bigger things coming in. I know that we have the military uses our airport quite a bit. So, but anyway, so number one on our list is what airlines? It's American Airlines. Great airline to fly in and out of here. Number two, what's it like to go through security? I will tell you, I have flown out of Manhattan. I've done it many times. I actually just recently did it back in August. It is amazing. I literally went to Kansas City a couple months ago just to kind of go out of Southwest just because I had some points and stuff. It took me hours. I'm not kidding you. It took hours. I almost missed my flight. I was scared I was gonna miss my flight. Two, I was frustrated as all get out because I've got a line a mile long because of people trying to get into it and machines weren't working, people were delayed, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't happen at Manhattan. No joke. I literally went up to the front desk, checked in, and away we went. It was awesome. It was amazing. Away we went, and we literally just I checked in, I went through security, and was sitting in the terminal ready to board the plane in less than 20 minutes. I mean, and the only reason it took took that long is because I was sitting there shooting videos and doing all kinds of stuff. So security is awesome at Manhattan. Now, don't miss your flight. If you're late to your flight or get left or whatever that is, there's not very many that come in and out because there's only a couple that fly in and out of Manhattan on a daily basis. I think there's 4. I think there's 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. It may have been added to 6, so don't quote me on that. Check that before you book any flights. But don't miss your flight because you're gonna be waiting a while. So that's one of the downfalls, but I'll tell you the security and getting through all that stuff, super quick. Nothing to worry about at all with it, typically. Number 3, how much is parking at Manhattan Airport? Great question. Here's the thing. Manhattan Airport, I know I go to Kansas City, I fly out of there all the time. You've got the parking spot, you've got economy parking, you've got all of that stuff that you can kind of look at and get into. But economy, again, if you look at Kansas City, economy parking, you're driving, you're parking, and then you've got a 30 minute bus ride to the terminal to looking at that stuff. Because here's the thing about it, is you're paying $7.50 a day at Kansas City. I checked that, I know that. And you're parking miles and miles away, okay? Last time I was in Kansas City, actually, we couldn't find how to get into it because they had construction and stuff, so we had to go to parking spot, which again, great, but one, it's expensive, and 2, it's still, you're driving miles and miles away from the airport just to get your parking in. Manhattan, $5 a day. That's all you're paying. It's $5 a day, and you are parking right up front. It literally is a 5-minute walk, if that, up into getting into the actual terminal, getting into the airport and going it that way. So $5 a day, you get right up front, you get taken care of. It's actually really, really great. So parking at Manhattan is pretty darn easy. They just redid the parking lot, so there's all kinds of lighting and paved parking and all the things that you need to get you taken care of. So $5 a day, walking right up to front, really easy, really quick, really great place to be. Number 4 on our list, what's the cost difference? So I just looked at it today as I'm doing this video. I ran my numbers from flying out December 22nd and returning, round trip, returning on December 29th, okay? That's why I ran them both. One from Manhattan Airport to Chicago O'Hare, and one from Kansas City Airport to Chicago O'Hare, okay? These are the numbers. From Kansas City to Chicago O'Hare, main cabin, that's what it was, because that's all that you're able to use at Manhattan. You're $468 total round trip to actually get to Chicago and back, $468. Now, that's not apples to apples about what I'm gonna tell you, because you've got to include the $7.50 a day. You've got to include the driving hours. So you've got 2 hours of driving from Manhattan to get there, plus the gas, plus all that extra stuff. So just out of pocket, you're looking at about $520 for parking and round trip, not including the gas, not including your time, not including a lot of those things there. So that's from Kansas City. Same things from Manhattan to Chicago. You've got $425 round trip, okay? So then include your $35 total for 7 days, $5 a day. You've got $460 for your total trip. You don't have to worry about driving. You don't have to worry about parking and paying the $7.50 a day. You don't have to worry about gas. You don't have to, because you're literally, it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes from town. It's so incredibly close if you live here in Manhattan, or even if you live in Junction or Riley or anything and around the area. It is still a really great opportunity to where you don't have to necessarily worry about, every time I fly into Kansas City, I'm like, okay, great. I get in at 6 o'clock. Well, crap, then I got to get my bags. Then I got to go through everything this way. So now I won't get to my vehicle. I got to drive 15 minutes in the bus to get there. Now I'm not getting my vehicle until about 6:45. Then I got to drive 2 hours home. So I don't get home till 9 o'clock. Drop in your truck and you're ready to go, get things taken care of. So that's how quick it can actually happen. And you literally hop in your vehicle and you're home in 10 minutes. I know that's a lot of the way it works, and I apologize about this video because I've been coughing a lot, so that's where a lot of this comes up, so I apologize. But that's number 4, is the cost difference. So realistically, looking at where you're going and paying attention to where it goes, that's probably one of the best things that you can actually go at, because comparatively, apples to apples, when you include driving and parking and everything else with it, Manhattan actually is a really good option if you're going into a place they go to. Which leads me into number 5. Where do they go? So I will tell you, full disclosure, this is probably one of the worst parts about Manhattan Airport, is that they don't have a ton of different flights, a ton of different cities and anything that way. Manhattan flies direct to Chicago, and they direct to Chicago and back, and then they fly direct to Dallas and back, okay? So that is probably one of the worst things about it, is that there's not a lot of flights option-wise. However, if you look at it, you can always go to Chicago and jump on a hub there and go literally anywhere you want. Same thing in Dallas. Go down to that hub and go anywhere you want. Now, I do know that I've looked at this a couple different ways, but if you run round trip through and you have to route your way back to Manhattan, it does get a little bit more expensive. But I know if you give some differences and give some time things and things that way, if you want to take the time to do that, you can fly into Chicago and go to LA. Just make sure that you give yourself some time to jump on that connecting flight, okay? And then same thing, you go to Dallas and fly to Mexico or wherever you want. Like literally you can go wherever you want. So I would check that. So if you like direct flights, Manhattan, unless you're going to Chicago or Dallas, Manhattan probably isn't for you. However, it is really good when you think about the time saved for, that's 4 hours of driving each way when you go to Kansas City, plus the gas, which we all know gas is expensive right now, plus the parking. So pay attention to that. That would be one of the things I would tell you. But yeah, Chicago and Dallas is where you're going at that point in time. Thank you again, you guys, for checking out this channel. I really do appreciate it. I do these videos for you. So if you have any questions or concerns or anything about buying, selling, investing in real estate, I would love to talk with you a little bit more about it. I do these videos about Manhattan. So if you need anything, please reach out to me. My number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. As always, if you haven't done so already, go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And give us that like because it helps us out with the channel. Until next time, I appreciate it, and reach out to me with any real estate needs.